Have you ever been around somebody that when they get around different people, a different demographic, they start to act different? And by what I mean by act different, they start to talk different and just act different. And then when you get back home with that friend or you get in a neutral space with that person, you be like, hey, you don't act like that. What the hell was that? Ladies and gentlemen, it's called code switching. And what I'm going to talk about today is how that happens in the African American community, what it is, who does it, and why people do it. Let's get right on into it. All right. So first example, and the funniest example that I have, this is in my boot camp to, battlefield to business playlist, and it's going to be, it's Black History Month, so it's going to be part of that as well. So I work in call centers, and I worked in a call center here in Atlanta, and we had a female who sounded like a female DMX. So imagine in your head DMX doing the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer thing. She sounded very intimidating, no matter what she said. And in the call center world, customers were even threatened by her voice. And so we were in our meeting. We have something in the call center world called calibration every weekend, and we happened to listen to one of her calls. And she said something very normal, but the way she says it, it sounds aggressive because of her tone. So we were all looking at each other and said, hey, who's going to talk to her? And ironically, all of our managers were white. So I said, I'll talk to sis. So I pulled her aside. I said, hey, sis, everybody's intimidated to give you coaching in the office, and then you're intimidating customers on the phone. And she said, I don't understand what it is. And I said, just continue to be you. Now, there are some people who don't, and they do something called code switching. And I'm a millennial, okay? But if you're a millennial as well, you know that your mom, growing up, when y'all didn't pay them bills on time, your mom had a fake phone voice. Like, oh, yes, we'll get that paid out as soon as possible. Oh, yes, I'm going to use my mom. Oh, yes, this is Jennifer. Yes, how can I help you? And we be in the background like, Mom, why are you using that voice with the white people on the phone? Stop. So it's called code switching. And what code switching is, it's what a lot of Black people do when they get in an environment with white people and they want to make themselves sound important, educated, more valuable, or like the people who are in whatever demographic that they are in. And Black people do this often in corporate America because I've been there. That's why I'm posting this in this playlist. The higher you go up in corporate America, unfortunately, you don't see us as much. You don't see many African Americans. So there are some people who feel like I gotta switch who I am. I gotta code switch. You know what I'm saying? I gotta sound like them. I gotta talk like them in order to get in the same positions as them. So we'll throw our voice. We'll act different. We act like we watch Friends instead of living single. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with watching Friends. Be who you are. And it happens on both sides. I'm going to give you the perfect example. When I got out of the Army and I was looking for a job, I'm from Rochester, New York. When I got back home, I was looking for a job. I went to a place called Rochester Works. And this guy, big white guy, he walked up to me and I shook my hand. I stuck my hand out like this. And instead he went, and I'm like, the fuck was all that? And it reminded me of a skit on Chappelle's show when Keeping It Real goes wrong. And the dude was like, hey, give me a high five. And I'm going to show a little portion of that. I don't know how YouTube works yet. I'm still new, so please don't sue me over this. But yeah, it happens like that too. Sometimes white people feel like they have to code switch and act Black because they may be in an environment where everybody is Black. Just be yourself. Be yourself. One of my mottos, be brave, be bold, be you. All right. Now, what else do we have next? Oh my God. The perfect example that I have. I joined the Army when I was 17 years old. I showed my basic training picture in other videos. I'll show it now. I didn't know I was doing this. I used to code switch too, because I'm a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. Look over here. Bow. Cavalry, baby, 19 Delta. If you ain't Cav, you know the rest. Now, one day we get out of formation, and one of my staff sergeants, he said, "Kendrick, you're an Oreo." And I'm like, "What is an Oreo?" And he said, "Yeah, you're black on the outside, but you're white on the inside." And I'm like, "What? Me? Me?" Oh, I wish I had my book. I said, "Me?" And he was like, "Yeah, you act white." And that's when I was 19. And made me realize, oh man, he may be right. Because I'm in the Army, I'm in a combat unit, I'm a Cav Scout, and there aren't many black people around here. And I was trying to fit in with everybody around me. I'm like, no, just be you, dog. Just be you. It don't mean be extra ghetto. Hey, motherfucker, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that. But just be you. Be you. Be bold. Be brave. Be you. There's no need to code switch. There's no need to change who you are, what you believe in, what your politics are, what your religion is, anything, because of the people, places, and things that you are around. Okay? Always be who you are. You don't need to code switch. If you black, like James Brown said back in the day, be black and be proud. There's no need to code switch. And if you white, hey, if you work in an environment with a bunch of black people, just be white. You know what I'm saying? Don't change who you are for nobody. There's no need for anybody on earth to code switch and be somebody who they aren't. Because that's a mask that you'll never be able to take off. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Kendrick, owner of Lion Speaking Agency. I hope you like my Black History Month gear, because this stuff ain't cheap. But yeah, if you want to know more about me, visit me at www.dkendrickjr.com, and possibly let's have me